Hi class, good morning. How are you today? How was your weekend like? Okay class, you had a special homework. Did you do it? Did you do it class? Guys, how are you today?
Hi, teacher. Thank you.
Good. Excellent. Okay. So today's class is going to be related to reported speech. But first, let's work with your homework. I'm going to ask you some verbs, and then you're going to tell me. Obviously, I'm going to say the verbs in Spanish. You're going to tell me how to, or what is the verb in English, and you need to tell me what is the simple past and the past participle, okay? So, the ones that answer correctly, the two of them, are going to earn some points, correct? Okay, first of all, I'm going to call out the attendance. So please pay attention and remember, well, in some cases, you have some problems with the microphone. If you had that problem, please just tell someone else to report me that you are in the class or something like that. Because remember, as I am checking the screen, I can see the messages you sent in the chat. So it's kind of difficult for me to know who is the one who sent the message. So in this case, let's do in that way. Let's do that in that way, and then we're going to just start with this. So please pay attention, class. Okay, let me check where's your attendance in here, or where's your list. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I don't know what is happening in here. Okay, class. So let's do it. Kevin, is Kevin in here? Erika, Erika, Marilyn,
Present.
Sandra,
Present.
um, Liliana.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Anais, Daniela? Is Daniela in here? Alejandra? Mm. Marta?
Present.
Diana?
Present, teacher.
Sheila? Is Kayla in here? Dulce? Alma?
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Arturo?
Here.
Ruby?
Here, teacher.
Víctor? Víctor? Okay, Victor isn't in here. Janetsi? Sorry?
Ah, es que me acabo de conectar y ya me había pasado, profe. Soy
Dulce,
Dulce María
right?
Llanos.
Okay.
Gracias.
You're welcome. Mm. Okay. Then Victor wasn't in here, right? Janetsi? Janet's in here? Monica? Jessica?
Present, teacher.
Y Denise?
Present, teacher.
Axel?
Present.
Victor?
Present.
Diana?
Present.
Iris?
Present, teacher.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, then let's continue with the following activity, which is related to the verbs, okay? So remember, I'm going to just like say the verb in Spanish. If you know, please tell me, like, for example, to say me. and then you start like giving me the verb in English, the simple past form, and the past participle form of the verb. If you get the three of them correct, you're going to earn some points, okay? These points are going to just help you in your following evaluation. Yes? So let's do it. The first verb, viajar. Viajar. You only have 5 seconds to answer it, or I'm going to exchange the verb, okay?
Travel, teacher. Viajar.
Okay. The past form of the verb is? What is the past form of the verb?
Travel.
Okay, but for example, if Diana answer it first, it's Diana who's going to just give it. If don't, they are going to just exchange the part, okay? So next verb. Quedarse.
Can you repeat, please?
Quedarse. Five, four, three, two, one.
Stay.
Okay, the past,
Stayed.
eight, and the past participle,
Creo que era staying.
no, that's the ing form. Thank you. Okay, next verb. Comprar.
Voy. Bye.
Buy.
Bye.
Yes, Victor is correct. So Victor, buy. The past form.
Boat.
Okay, this is only for Victor, and then you the other answer. Like for example, the first to say or to catch the verb or to say it is the first the one who is going to answer it. If he doesn't or she doesn't know how to do it, then other of or someone else can just try to do it. Okay, so Victor, the past form of the verb buy. Someone else? Marta, in this case,
Mande.
what is your answer for the past form of the verb?
Pregunto por el verbo comprar, ¿no?
Yes.
Es buy y en pasado bought. Bought.
Bought. And the past participle of the verb? What is the past participle form of the verb?
Igual bought.
Bought. Bought.
Bought.
Okay, good. Marta, yes, bought. Okay, so you got a point. Next verb. And the next verb is construir. Construir. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Built.
Can you repeat? repeat it?
Build. Build. No sé cómo se pronuncia.
Well, that's the reading way. The pronunciation is build.
Build?
Yes. So basically, we omit the U, so the U doesn't sound in there. So it's built. What is the past? What is the
Build?
past form of the verb? And the past participle?
It was built.
Okay, good. Next verb. Mostrar. Mostrar. 5, 4,
Show.
3.
To show.
The past.
Is correct?
What is the past of the verb? What is the past of the verb? Can you repeat it?
Show. Show. Is correct?
With the ending, showed. And what is the past participle form?
Shown.
Show
Okay, so Marta, you got it again. Sandra, remember that the ed ending is not pronounced as a whole, so we're going to say showed. Okay, showed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next verb, and in this case, this verb is also irregular. That depends on the way you're going to use it. If you're using like the British version of the verb should be irregular, like show, shown. Okay. If you're using the American version of the verb, is irregular with the ed ending in this case. And talking about it, we're going to just well, let's go with the following. The verb is dormir.
Sleep.
The verb, okay, the past form of the verb.
Slept.
And the past participle.
Igual slept.
Okay, good. Next verb. You got 3 points, okay? Okay, so try to participate, guys. Okay, so let's go with the following. In this case, let's continue with the word, well, in this case, with the verb enseñar. Enseñar.
Teach.
5,
Teach.
4,
Teach.
okay.
Teach.
Axel, you got it? Teach.
Sí, teach. And pass is talk. Talk.
And the
Past
past
participle
participle.
is talk.
What is the past participle of that verb?
Es igual talk.
Okay. In this case, it's going to be teach, taught, taught, taught. Okay, the pronunciation is taught. Okay,
Okay.
next verb. Well, in this case, you got it. Just try to just improve the pronunciation. So you got it. So Martha has 3 points. Axel has 1 point. Good. Following. Pensar.
Dijo
Think.
pensar, teacher.
Think.
Okay, Diana, you got it.
Es in past es talk y past participle es talk.
Okay, you got it, but in this case, the pronunciation as well. Try to think, think, thought, thought. In this case, is that the th which has the interdental sound, so it's thought. Okay,
Tongue,
if you say it's thought, think, thought, thought.
como de,
It's not like D, it's kind of similar to D in Spanish. We say thought. Remember, you need to just set the tip of your tongue between your teeth and then pronounce it feet, or like, for example, in this case, thought. STH
think,
interdental.
talk,
Thought. Thought.
tongue,
No, in this case, well, the pronunciation of this, I'm going to write it on the chat. So the verse should be like this. Think and passes thought. Okay. This th you see in here, it's going to be represented with an interdental sound. So the thing what you're going to do is to set the tip of your tongue between your teeth and like kind of pronounce. Van a poner el lápiz de su lengua entre sus dientes y pronuncian thought. It kind of hit your teeth. It's only to set the tip of your tongue. Solamente ponen la punta de su lengua. Soplan. Think. Yes, because for example, the one that is similar to the in Spanish is when we say the end. That it's also the other th sound. So this th sound, when it sound like a d in the Spanish, like for example in Spanish, is when we say d, or when we say they. Okay. So we have two different sounds for this, and this is like, well, the th sound is going to be, or the th conjunction of sounds are going to create these two different sounds. The first thing, and the other is they, for example. So that's like one is in Spanish, this sound in Spanish. Okay. Okay, so let's go with the following topic. Let's go with the following topic, and this is reported speech. Do you know what for we use the reported speech? Class? Class, do you know what for we use the reported speech?
¿Qué preguntó, profe?
Do you know what for we use the reported speech, or what the reported speech is?
Bueno, yo no.
What about the rest of you, class?
¿Dijo which?
What is the use for the reported speech?
Pero sí dijo which. ¿No?
Yes, which is the use? Yes, ¿cuál es el uso? Or what for we use the reported speech? So, do you know it?
Por eso le dije que yo no. Bueno, yo no sé cuál es el uso.
Okay, okay, good. But do you know the structure? Guys, have you ever worked with the reported speech before? Okay, the reported speech is what we also call in Spanish discurso indirecto. But the most important question in here is what for we use the reported speech. So let's imagine that you like gossiping. You know what is gossiping? Do you know what gossiping means? Plus, okay, so let's start with this class. This is going to be a quickly explanation of it. Then if you have like any question related to this, you can ask me in order to solve your doubts, okay? So, let's start the reported speech. Can you see the screen, class? So, am I sharing the screen with you? Yes or not?
Not, yes, teacher.
Yes? Okay, so what the reported speech is used for? We use the reported speech when we want to repeat someone had previously said. So that's why, like, I am asking you, like, do you know what gossiping is? You know what gossiping means? So we're going to see basically what we need to report or to repeat, as it says in here, what someone previously or had said in this case. But for this, we're going to use like some specific details. So, in Spanish, let's suppose that my friend is telling me just by right now, I'm going to travel next week. Okay. So if I say that, or I'm going to, or I want to tell you what my friend said to me, I'm going to use the reported speech. And in here you have some examples. Let's see the examples. It says, Ryan told me. The line you have in green, the line you have in green in the screen is what we have in here. I am in a bit of a rush. I am in a bit of a rush. And in that case, that is called direct speech. Okay? Because it's someone that is telling me that. Then I'm going to report that part and then I'm going to say, like, Ryan told me he was in a bit of a rush. Yes? So, basically, well, I'm going to clarify this in Spanish. básicamente el reporte o el discurso indirecto nos va a servir para decir lo que otra persona dijo. ¿Ok? Es como cuando ustedes le cuentan a su mejor amiga, pues me encontré a tal persona y me dijo que, ¿vale? So that is the idea of this. We're going to report what other people said. And then in green we have the direct speech or the thing people say when at the moment, okay? Then in this case Ryan says, I am in a bit of a rush. And then, for example, I'm going to report that idea to Marilyn, for example. And then I'm going to say, Marilyn, Ryan told me he was in a bit of a rush. Or for example, let's suppose that I have my own house, or I don't live, I'm not longer living with my parents. So my mom called me call me and tell me, I'm coming to your place for lunch. Voy a ir a tu casa para almorzar. So, for example, it as a surprise, and then, for example, someone is with me at that moment, at the moment of the calling, and then I just end the call, and then I said like, my mom said she was coming for my place or to my place for lunch. So basically, as I mentioned, this is in order to report some other ideas. Did you get it? Class, is it understood? Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes? Okay. So, as you know, well, or as you can notice in here, the direct speech, that are the sentences that are in green, are like with, yes, in simple present. But at the moment of reporting it, I'm going to exchange the tense. Yes? So for example, the first one is, I am in a bit of a rush. And then when I report it, I'm going to say, Ryan told me he was in a bit of a rush. Okay. So in this case, we're going to exchange the tense. The only thing we need to do is to change the tense. Okay. So in here, I'm going to show you a chart. But first of all, is it clear what for and how we use the reported speech? Class, is it clear for you? Do you have any question related to it? Yes or not?
No, teacher.
No? Okay, I think, well, this is an easy topic, but I think I'm going to explain to you this part just in Spanish, just for this class, because sometimes it's like kind of difficult to get ideas, okay? So, okay, here we go. Básicamente, el discurso indirecto nos va a servir para decirle a alguien más lo que alguien ya nos dijo, ¿ok? Entonces, en el primer ejemplo dice, Ryan me dijo, pero está entre comillas porque es el discurso indirecto o es lo que nos dijo al momento en el que estábamos hablando. Ryan dice, estoy un poco apurado. ¿Ok? Entonces yo voy a reportar o voy a transmitir la misma idea que me dijo.
O sea que es volver a decir lo que una persona nos comunicó.
Exactamente. That's the point. Yes? That's why we said we use the reported speech when we want to repeat what someone had previously said. Usamos el discurso indirecto para cuando queremos repetir lo que alguien nos dijo previamente. Okay? So any kind of idea, that's why I asked you, like, do you like gossiping? como les pregunté así como de, ¿les gusta como echar chisme o chismear? Gossiping is like when you just say like, in Spanish, what we say chismear. So when we gossip in Spanish, or well, yes, in Spanish, we previously talk about like sometimes what other people said. A veces decimos lo que otra persona nos dijo sobre una situación, ¿cierto? That is the idea, and that's why we're going to do it in English. That's like the possibility to do the same thing in English, but in this case, as we're going to report it, we're going to just exchange the tenses. Vamos a tener que hacer algunos cambios en los tiempos gramaticales de acuerdo a las expresiones de ideas. But first of all, is this part clear? Class?
¿Mande?
Is it clear? Well, first of all, the use, is the use clear for you?
No.
Okay, so
Teacher,
tell me.
el report speech, ¿se puede entonces ocupar con cualquier tiempo o ahorita lo estamos viendo con algún tiempo en específico?
Yes, well, the main idea of this is that first of all to know how it works, but basically we can use it with any tense. The only thing is like that's why I'm asking you like is the structure and the use it's understood by well, is it understood? Yes. ¿Quedó entendido, chicos?
Sí, teacher, thank you.
Okay, so if you don't have any question related to the structure, well, in this case, we're going to explain. That's why I'm going to. First of all, we need to say, me dijo que, right? That's why we have in here, Ryan told me, Ryan me dijo, he was in a rush, apuros, o que tenía prisa. That depends on the kind of situation or in the context Ryan expressed it. But basically, we're going to go to the changes. Okay. So that part is this reported speech or direct speech. If and it is like what is it going to change? For example, direct speech is the one that in the previous slide we have in green, and it is the tense simple present. It's always going to change into simple past when we use the reported speech. So in simple present we say she always wears a coat. Ella siempre usa un abrigo. And that's what someone said. And then we're going to say he said. We can also say he told me or he said, depending. The idea of said, of the use of said, that it's in the sentence in here in the example, is when maybe it's not all for you or not directly told you. In this case, we can also express, he said that she always wore a coat. Él me dijo que ella siempre usaba un abrigo. So basically what we're going to do is to do this. If your sentence is in simple present, you're going to exchange it into simple past. If your sentence is in present, you're going to exchange it into past continuous. Looking for my piece. I am looking for my keys, then we're going to say, she said, in this case, in the example, that is between brackets because it's like something you can omit. You can say, she said that she was looking for her keys, or you can say, she said she was looking for her keys. In this case, that word that can be omitted. Yes? Is it clear so far, class? In this case, well, in this case, if we are using present perfect, our sentence should change into past perfect. She has written 3 letters for her friend. He said that she had written 3 letters for her friend. Ella ha escrito 3 cartas para su amigo, entonces cuando lo reportamos, when we report it, or when we report it, yes, we're going to say, he said that she had written 3 letters for her friend. Él dijo que ella había escrito 3 cartas para su amigo. And when we use simple or past simple in this case, it also changes into past perfect. Yes, like for example, my friend gave me a bar of chocolate. He said that his friend had given him a bar of chocolate. And when we use past perfect, this is not included in the chart because, as you notice, the top of or the last idea of this is going to be like the past perfect. So if your sentence is in past perfect, it should be remained in past perfect. Okay. Then when we use modal verbs, change into would and change into could, may change into might, must change into had to, have to change into have to again. Yes? So this is basically what we're going to do, like the changes. We need to be very specific in the changes of the reported speech. And remember, presente simple cambia a pasado simple, presente continuo, pasado continuo, presente perfecto, va a pasado perfecto, pasado simple, pasa a pasado perfecto, y pasado perfecto se queda exactamente igual. So past perfect goes into past perfect. It's going to be the exact same thing. The only thing is when we're going to add he said, or he told me, me dijo. The idea of this, or the idea when we say they just told me, in this case, we can also say, he said she always wore a coat. Él dijo que siempre usaba un abrigo. Ella siempre usaba un abrigo. In this case, when we use said, it's like maybe could be said in general. Pudo haber sido que lo dijera en general, como, o sea, no específicamente. Y cuando usan told me, es cuando hay una comunicación más directa, de cierto modo, ¿ok? Cuando te dijo personalmente o directamente. Yes?
¿Cómo, teacher?
Vamos a tener, for example, in the example in here, we have Ryan told me, right? Or we have my mom said. In this case, depends on the way you're going to express. Told me is like when you have like this direct conversation maybe, or someone said something directly to other people, cuando les dijeron algo directamente, como told me. También podemos usar said. My mom said she was coming. And as I told you, in the examples in the first slide, we don't have the word that. For example, we could also say, my mom said that she was coming to my place for lunch, or Ryan told me that he was in a bit of a rush. In this case, the word that can be omitted, and we can just report the idea with told me or said. Okay? Ryan told me. Yes? And just remember the changes. Simple present goes to simple past. Present continuous goes to past continuous. Present perfect goes to past perfect. Perfect goes to past perfect. It change into would. So I will finish my report in 2 days. Terminaré mi reporte en 2 días. He said that he would finish his report in 2 days. Él dijo que su reporte en 2 días. With can, I can speak English. Puedo hablar inglés. Could. She said that she could speak English. Ella dijo que podía hablar inglés. Okay? So basically what we're going to report is into a different tense, well, or into the contrary part of the tense.
Entonces el tiempo depende de la estructura con la que se te está diciendo la oración.
Exactamente, that's the point. So if your sentence is set in simple present, you're going to report it in simple past. If someone is telling you something in present continuous, you're going to report it in past continuous. If you are using present perfect, your sentence or your reported sentence should be in past perfect. If someone is using past perfect, it is going to remain as the same. El único tiempo que va a quedar exactamente igual es el pasado en pasado perfecto y la quieres reportar, vas a tener que dejarle exactamente igual. ¿Ok? And as I told you, will is going to change into would, and is going to change into could, made is going to change into might, must into have to, and have to into had to. Yes? Is it clear how you're going to exchange the tenses in here? Class?
Can you repeat, please?
The explanation, or like if it is clear for you to how to change it? Okay, I'm going to use this in Spanish because I think it's kind of confusing for you. Basically, this is not a difficult topic. It's actually easier. Just like you just need to keep, or you just need to focus on how the thing be made. Se supone, chicos, si su oración, si por ejemplo yo digo, yo camino todos los días a la escuela y ustedes van a reportar mi idea. For example, I'm going to say, I walk every day to school. And then some of you or anyone or someone wants to report that part, like what I say, I walk every day to school. You're going to say, the teacher said he walked every day to school. O sea, yo les digo, yo camino todos los días. Y entonces ustedes dicen, el profe me dijo que caminaba todos los días. ¿Vale? So, for example, let's go again with the example. She always wears a coat. He said that she always wore a coat. So we have the present of the verb or the base form of the verb, and in this case, we have wore, that it's the past. For example, in here, I am using present continuous. I am looking for my keys. She said that she was looking for her keys, so it's going to change into past. Digamos, chicos, que todos van a quedar en pasado. Todas las ideas van a quedar en pasado, pero depende del tipo de pasado. Si es presente simple, va a pasado simple. Si es presente continuo, va a pasado continuo. Si es presente perfecto, va a pasado perfecto. Si es pasado simple, va a pasado simple. Si es pasado continuo, digo, si es pasado simple, va a pasado perfecto. Si es pasado continuo, tendría que ser pasado perfecto continuo. Si es pasado perfecto, va a pasado perfecto. Basically, all the tenses should be always in past, but according to the time of, or well, in this case, the tense of the topic or the sentence you're just reporting, it's going to be the type of past you're going to use. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, is it clear for you? Class? Do you have any question related to it?
No, teacher. Thank you.
No, teacher.
Okay. Okay, then. Is it all clear? Sure? You don't have any questions related to this? So basically what you can do is to keep this chart in mind and also just check what are the changes. As I told you, all the tenses are going to change into some past, but for example, when it is simple past, you're going to change into past perfect. And when if your sentence or the sentence that you're going to report is in past perfect, that is the only one who is going to remain the same. Va a quedar exactamente igual. Yes? So, class, your homework for, well, from this class is for you to use the 12 tenses we have in English. You're going to use the 12 tenses we have in English, and then you're going to just make the changes into reported speech. Van a usar los 12 tiempos, van a escribir una oración, o en este caso 12 oraciones, con los tiempos gramaticales, los 12 tiempos gramaticales del inglés. Entonces van a hacer los cambios pertinentes a cada una de las oraciones. Yes? So in total, or just in total, you're going to send me 24 sentences. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Son 24 oraciones.
Mm-hmm. In this case are going to be the 12 you're using, like with the 12 tenses, and the 12 reported sentences you wrote. Va a ser una por cada tiempo gramatical y después van a ser los 12 reportes de las oraciones. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, if you don't have any question, the time for this class is over. See you on Friday. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Have an excellent week. Take care. And if you have any question related to this or to the homework you're going to do, remember you can text me and ask me for what you're going to do, or maybe you want to check your yes, your advance, or if your sentences, the sentences you're writing. I'm going to do it, or you can just send me a message, okay?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Thank you.
class?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Thanks.
excellent.
See you.
You're
See you.
welcome. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.